Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome to another Accureye Talks video. And in today's Accureye Talks video, we'll be talking about the mistakes I commonly see people make. And in this video, I was trying to figure out what the best weapons were to try and showcase some of these common mistakes. I finally found two that really work, so you'll see here how, one of the common errors that I do see when it comes down to playing this game is the guns are not used at their proper range. Some guns are just used way too close, and they're not really at their full effect proper range to be used. For instance, as you can see here, the EVA 8 and the Hemlock. The Hemlock is great at mid to long range, but it loses its burst fire really, really quickly, so it's kind of a mid to close range weapon. Whereas, the EVA 8 is just not very good when it comes to the long range capability, as, it spreads a lot and it hits less bullets, as you have noticed. And then even, with the Moes, it's you'll even see here, the Mozambique, it's just not very good when you try to hip fire it versus when you try to ADS it. So, you take that into account when you're playing the game, because again, you'll see me here, me switching to the RE45, which is kind of becoming one of the main weapons I do want to try to use a little more. It's kind of a rush weapon, so when it comes down to it, you don't want to try to shoot people at a far range, because you'll see here how when I'm at a farther range, over here, as you'll see, it's very, very difficult to really get a good shot. I mean, yes, it does have the capability of reaching that range, but it wouldn't be a good weapon to kind of keep you, on the toes of, just pinging that one particular person that you're looking at. Even in mid-range, it's not bad in mid-range, but again, it's more of a rush type weapon. It's a weapon that you'll want to, rush down on somebody with, rather than trying to ping them at high long range. But, that's just the way it goes, when it comes down to it. Is you're looking at to make the right weapon choices. Now, again, all your weapon choices are based around certain characters, and I am in the process of making a guide on every character currently in the game, which will be updated if the character does change in any drastic way, and it will also include new characters that are currently not in the game, but will possibly be in the game in future updates. But like I said, choosing the right weapon and knowing its capability as far as range and whatnot goes is so, so, so important, as far as being a good overall player. You want to make it to where you have the right character, the right range, and all their strengths and weaknesses. Don't play a character that where you're going to not have their strengths and weaknesses on point. Don't play a character where you're going to be thinking, oh, I'm just going to get aggressive and now I'm going to rush somebody. Not every character is good at aggression. Not every character is good at rushing people. And, it's something that, even me, who's been playing this game since day one, should recognize. I mean, some characters just are not good aggressive players. They're not good at aggression. They're not good at, maintaining the overall, aggression route. And, that's just the way it is. As you'll see here, you see, I was walking all the way out here to show you the capability of range, and as you can see, it's if someone was way out there and I had, for instance, the RE45, you can see here, the RE45 is just not going to have the range to capability to ping someone all the time. Whereas if, you use, the wingman, or should I say the longbow, you'll have the capability of pinging someone all the time. But anyway, yeah, let's go into some other examples for the game to showcase, some of the mistakes that most players will make. which is kind of like, it should be obvious, but should also not be, it should also be something that most people should come to recognize and come to realize overall. Because, I mean, again, as it stands, not all the time will you find that certain things are going to work for you, or certain playstyles. Like, with certain characters, you gotta have a certain playstyle, a certain characteristic and way of playing the game. Because, again, some characters, like, for instance, Rafe, who's one of my main characters, and one of the characters I use the most, she's very aggressive. She's very, very tactical. And I would say that she, in general, could be one of the most, powerful characters overall in general for, capabilities of doing certain things when you have the right weapons in hand. Now, again, this comes down to having the right weapons in hand. If you don't have the right weapons in hand, it's not going to work out very well for you. It's not going to be good overall in general. Because, like, most people think, okay, I have an escape plan. I have tactical. I can play long range and close range, right? I mean, you could try it, but technically, that's not Rafe's style. Rafe is an interdimensional skirmisher, and we'll talk about Rafe's style and her playstyle in a future video and in detailed guide. But, just know that Rafe is very aggressive. You'll want to stay aggressive. You want to stay right on the tail of somebody. Like, for instance, if you get into someone's safe zone, they run away to look for heals, stay on their tail. Try to follow them. Make sure that you don't lose track of them, because the moment they start to heal is the moment you come in and you blast them with your weapons. But again, I'll talk about Rafe and in detailed guide about her in the future. And as part of my everything about every character guide. Now, can I say it'll be an ultimate guide? Absolutely not. But I've been playing games since day one. I know every character, for the most part, pretty well. There's some characters that I just don't play as, and, that's because it doesn't fit my playstyle. My playstyle, I like being a very aggressive person, or I like being supportive. That's just the way I like playing, And in the end, that's just the way I like playing, So, if, for instance, you like being an aggressive player, then, don't worry. I got a guide for you. I've got the perfect, I can tell you at least a good little bit about, certain all the characters. And, there's certain play styles. There's certain, go-to moves. Now, like I said, not every character or playstyle will be for you. I find that I'm not a person who plays, non-aggressively. I don't like camping. For instance, I'm not a crazy camper, or should I say a crazy long-range sniper. I mean, yes, I can play as a long-range sniper if it really is necessary. But, again, it's not necessary for me to really, play it. But there you saw one of the mistakes that most players make, which is finishing somebody off. For the most part, don't finish someone off unless you absolutely think that, gathering whatever materials or supplies they need is worthwhile. If you do knock someone down, let them stew a little bit. Let them, just kind of think, oh, maybe my teammate will save me. Because again, the moment your teammate, the teammate starts to save their partner, that's the moment you kind of run in and go, okay, I'm going to now rush in. I'm going to smack down two people. Because again, that's a huge error most players make in these games. In this game, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is trying to revive your partner. Now, here's the other thing. One of the huge mistakes you could make also is not trying to revive your partner. Because here's the point. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that sounds like a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it, Accureye? And yes, it is. The double-edged sword of, fighting in this game is if you don't revive your partner, then you don't give them a chance to run away and maybe possibly get some heals in to come back into the fight. Whereas if you do, for instance, if you do revive your partner, you give them a chance to possibly regroup, and reform themselves into the next fight. So, again, reviving someone is a double-edged blade. Take the risk to revive someone, but also make sure that you are, able to, utilize their possibility chance of maybe regrouping. And here you'll see another mistake that most people make, which is when you're fighting, use the cover. As you see here, I'm not making this mistake by finishing someone off. I'm letting them stew. I'm basically letting the guy stew because I want them to either be revived or not, or their partner just kind of goes against the grain and says, nope, I'm not going to revive you. I'm just going to, I'm basically just going to, let you, be taken out, per se. But as you'll see, in the end here, this is kind of where another mistake comes in, which is, trying to save yourself. And if you have like small health packs or even just something to kind of keep people around, go ahead and do it. Because again, you're going to find that, healing yourself is a good idea. Keeping yourself alive is a great idea if you can recover yourself. But, again, just make sure that when you do, do things, don't just try to, over heal yourself, I guess. Unless, like, for instance, a med kit is the only thing you have. Otherwise, for the most part, don't worry about, like, not healing yourself. Heal yourself if you can. But just remember that, overall, use small heals if you can help it. And use, use your shield cells. If you have a shield, use your shield cells and get your shield cells up first. Because, again, most players are going to not expect you to regen your shields. They may expect you to kind of go like, oh, this person's going to heal fully, so I'm just going to wait for them to heal fully or something like that. You know what I mean? If you have the chance, though, or the ability to, then you want to, make sure that, you have the chance. I mean, especially when third squads come around. If you have your third squads and they're fighting, give yourself time to fully heal if it's possible. Because again, when third squads come into play, you're going to end up having it to where, you have to, or you're going to have a chance to really, give them a fight, and you can pick the fight later. But, like I said, here, it's just kind of like that process of being able to, move around cover and keep yourself covered if you can. But there, it's like, if you get third squad like that, then, you don't have much of a choice. But either way, yeah, that's pretty much it. But with that being said, I mean, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you liked this video. If you liked this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching this video. I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for sure for about 4 to 5 hours. There is a schedule down below on my channel, but of course, Streamlabs kind of messed up the the scheduling for some reason. For some reason, Streamlabs messed up the scheduling, and I can't fix it right now. So I may have to disable it and find another extension to show you guys the schedule. But yeah, I'm live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and lately also on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and then Monday and Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So, but yeah, with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today. Thank you for watching this video. And until the next one, everybody, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.